The splits, a movement that has long stood as a symbol of extreme flexibility in dance, gymnastics, yoga, and other body-centric disciplines, are far more than just a demonstration of physical ability. To the untrained eye, it might appear as a mere feat of range. How wide can someone open their legs? But for those who have embarked on the journey of flexibility training, the splits are not a destination, but a process, one that engages the body, mind, and nervous system in a delicate and continuous negotiation. True splits training is not about brute force or immediate results. It is a slow, deliberate unfolding of the body's natural potential. It is about listening, to muscles, to breath, to fear, to resistance, to change. Beginners often focus solely on the result, I want to get down. But those who reach this goal with grace and safety understand that what truly matters is the journey inward, the dialogue between body and consciousness. In the early stages of training, the body reacts to deep stretching as it would to any perceived threat, with tension. There is a natural instinct to clench the muscles, to hold the breath, to push through discomfort as though it were an enemy to be conquered. This is a common misconception. Real progress comes not from force but from surrender, and there is a profound difference between giving up and letting go. Letting go does not mean losing intention, it means softening control, allowing space for the body to open on its own terms. Flexibility is not something you do to the body, it is something you invite the body into. This is where the concept of relaxation becomes pivotal. Relaxation is not passivity, it is active receptivity. It is the ability to quiet the mind and offer the body a sense of safety. When muscles feel safe, they are willing to lengthen. When the nervous system feels secure, it grants you access to deeper ranges of motion. Trying to force the splits without this trust often backfires. The muscles resist, they contract, defend, and shut down. But when you build a practice rooted in breath, awareness, and intention, your body becomes your partner rather than your opponent. Breathing, then, becomes more than a biological function. It becomes the key to unlocking tension and fear. A commonly recommended rhythm is inhaling for 4 seconds and exhaling for 6. This isn't arbitrary, it reflects how the body's autonomic systems work. Deep, controlled breathing stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which governs the body's rest and digest functions. It slows the heart rate, lowers cortisol levels, and eases muscular tension. With every slow exhale, the body receives the message, you are safe. And only in safety can we truly let go. Many experienced practitioners time their stretches with the breath. During each exhale, they gently deepen the stretch, not by pushing, but by yielding. This creates a wave-like rhythm, the body softens with the breath, the muscles listen rather than resist. Over time, this breath-based approach trains both the physical and nervous systems to extend the body's limits in a way that feels natural and sustainable. Beyond physical technique and breath, the imagination plays a surprisingly important role in flexibility work. Visualization is not just for athletes or meditators, it is a tool that can profoundly influence how we experience our bodies. When attempting to stretch deeply, especially into something as intense as the splits, the mind can either become a source of tension or a source of release. Instead of focusing on how far you still have to go, try invoking imagery. Imagine the muscles behind your thighs melting like warm butter. Visualize your hip joints as ancient doors, creaking open one breath at a time. These metaphors engage the brain in a different way, softening the internal resistance that often sabotages physical progress. The body responds not only to force and effort, but to stories. A body that believes it is safe, that imagines it is opening, will behave very differently than one that is told, you're not there yet. Pain, of course, is an unavoidable part of the flexibility journey, but it must be understood correctly. There is a distinct difference between the kind of discomfort that comes from a healthy stretch and the pain that signals potential injury. The former is a productive tension, a pulling sensation that feels challenging but manageable. The latter is sharp, burning, or deep in the joints, and is a red flag the body sends when something is wrong. A helpful way to gauge safe discomfort is to use a pain scale. A 6 out of 10 is generally considered a healthy intensity, strong enough to feel something is working. but not so intense that you lose the ability to breathe or stay mentally calm. Once you pass that threshold, the body enters a state of emergency. It protects itself by tensing up, undermining any chance of productive flexibility. This is why technique and alignment are so important in splits training. Poor form, twisted hips, collapsed spine, uneven weight distribution can not only limit your progress but invite injury. Training should be slow, mindful, and well supported. Tools like yoga blocks, straps, or walls are not signs of weakness, they are scaffolding for sustainable growth. Perhaps the most misunderstood aspect of splits training is time. Many people treat it as a short-term challenge, something to conquer in 30 days or less. But the human body does not adapt to flexibility training overnight. Muscles, tendons, and fascia require repeated, gentle persuasion. Think of flexibility like clay, it needs warmth, moisture, and time. Rush it, and it cracks. But return to it daily, with care and attention, and it will gradually reshape. This is why dancers and gymnasts practice stretching not occasionally, but as a ritual. Repetition is not redundant, it is the language the body understands. With each session, you are not just training the legs to move wider apart. You are building trust, deepening awareness, rewriting the story your nervous system tells about safety and openness. Frustration is natural when progress feels slow. But it's important to remember that everyone's path is different. Your flexibility is not a reflection of your worth or dedication, it is simply a product of where your body is today, and how consistently you've shown up to support it. Comparing yourself to others, especially those who have years of experience, only distracts from the very real accomplishments you are making every time you show up to practice. It's worth noting, too, that emotional state plays a critical role in how the body responds to stretching. When you are anxious, rushed, or overly self-critical, the body closes up. Muscles tighten. Breath becomes shallow. This is not weakness, it is a survival mechanism. The body does not differentiate between emotional and physical stress. To stretch deeply, you must also be emotionally at ease. Calmness, confidence, and self-trust are not optional extras, they are prerequisites for deep work.